Okay, y'all, good morning, good morning. So there's a couple things going on today. I got Chucky with me, and we just somehow keep getting work. I got a lady called me off of next door yesterday, and they live right. They live like 4 miles from here, 3 or 4 miles from here. So apparently somebody else on next door referred me to her, somebody that I do work for. I get a lot more referrals and stuff than than you can shake a stick at, because so in the lawn care I get a lot of referrals. Most all the work's referrals, and the baseline of that is good to have, because then you get referrals when you start doing other stuff too. So because I am who I am, and my work ethic is what it is, right? And that's I can't, that's just how I'm built. So the biggest thing with referrals and all is, well, it keeps you busy, but the bad part of it is you never know when it's coming, right? You never know when somebody's going to call you for more work or refer you or whatever. But it seems like every time I turn around, especially this time of year between now and with the off season, I start getting more skid steer work. Like in the summertime, I ain't marketing hardly at all. I throw an ad on Facebook, kind of thing, but I don't advertise. I don't advertise at all. I certainly don't spend no money advertising. Well, I can't, because like right now, with it being the off season, Zach, well, me and Zach came to a mutual agreement that he wasn't going to be working with me no more. He can say he quit, I can say he got fired, I can say whatever, it doesn't matter. He ain't out here no more, okay? So that's the end of that. So now what, okay? That's my thinking. Now what? Is that going to be hard to replace? Well, it's going to be, it's going to take a minute, but if I had another guy out here like that, and it was in the very beginning, they would have never made it this far. Because it took, well, let me back up a little bit. So this summer, I learned a lot more than I have learned in previous years, okay? Especially about labor. See, my guy that was out here, that ain't out here no more, it took him a long time to learn everything. A long time. More than one season. Probably 2.5 or 3 seasons. In the last season and a half or so, he started getting a lot better, because, well, it's just the repetitive nature of, the lawn care stuff. But I learned a very valuable lesson this year, and I'm going to apply it too. Because Zach was one of the few guys that had been out here for any period of time. Because usually all the guys that come out here, well, let's just face it, man, they're not, they're not Harvard grads. Most of them are drug addicts and alcoholics, and baby mama drama issues, and it is what it is, right? But I learned something this year that's a little bit different, and I learned that if I can, and I learned with Francisco, I learned a lot, because Francisco learned all this stuff that it took Zach, 3 seasons to learn, give or take. Francisco learned it all within, I don't know, a couple months, and though Francisco's not out here, I still learned a lesson. And I did talk to Francisco, and he says that he'd come out here and help me, part-time or whatever. So that's a little bit of an ace in the hole I got. But I guess what I'm trying to say is that I dread hiring guys. I dread it. And the reason I dread it is because of all the crap I've had to go through with these dumbasses that come out here and work, because it takes them so long to learn anything. because they're they just applying themselves to things that they want to do, not to their job. I've had guys out here 3 seasons, 4 seasons, and they don't even know where to park the vehicle at on a job that they've cut 100 times, or they don't. Yeah. And so that's been one of the drawbacks of me hiring new guys. With something like, is everybody like that? Oh my God. And then once you get vested in a guy and you think that he's turning a corner, then all of a sudden you got, no call, no show. It's the unpredictability that I don't like. I don't mind a guy being a little slow and methodical. And Zach wasn't slow, and he worked hard, but he didn't work smart all the time, right? I mean, we all go through that. He didn't work smart all the time. And of course, you ask him, he's the smartest thing since sliced bread. But that's a whole nother video. But he worked hard and he did a good job. I mean, at the end of the day. But it took so long to get him there, right? I mean, we're talking about 4 years, 5 years to get him to the point of where he was this year. And then he still has issues about being late and no call, no show, and it's always going to be something in that world, right? Always going to be something. So he's no longer out here. Well, number one, like I said 2 months ago, your living situation directly reflects your job situation. And people used to come at me all the time, and I said, you can't tell these guys what to do in their off time and all that. No, I don't want to. But when they live a certain way and you got them on the payroll, and then every day is like walking on a tightrope. They can show up or not, they can be late or not, they'll forget a check, they'll forget this, they'll forget that, they'll leave something at the job. I mean, dude, it never ends, man. And it ain't really major stuff, it's stoner shit, you know what I'm saying? Knucklehead, dingy type shit. And that's what, for the most part, Zach did really good out here, for the most part. I mean, I'll be honest, he did. But he wasn't evolving into anything more. He out here, and I hope he's watching, out here, he hit the ceiling. He couldn't take on more, right? He couldn't. I mean, after 4 years out here, I did not even trust him to hook a trailer up. And that's not a bad thing on him. That's just an employee that really ain't trying to be anything more than what he is now. And though he had to rise up from where he was when he first came out here, he had to get better, or we wasn't gonna make any money. But like I said, for the most part, he did pretty good. And I learned from Francisco that the next person that I bring out here, I'm not going to have to train like I had to train Zach, because that was a long, grueling 3 years or so, 2.5 years or so, something like that. It took him a long time to learn everything, and he still, like, I wouldn't give him a gas card to go put gas on a lawnmower. Francisco was out here for a week, and I would have gave him a gas card to go put gas in a lawnmower. Now, why is that? See, it's those type of things that I really learn really quick. Why would I trust a guy like Francisco and not trust a guy that's been out here for 3 or 4 seasons? Is that my problem? Is that my thing or whatever? I don't know. So yeah. Anyway. So a lady called me last night, and I talked to her, and I'm fixing to go over here. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get footage over here. I'll get footage if I get the job, and I'll tell y'all about what the job is and everything. I don't know if I'll be able to carry a camera around with us when we walk. They want some bush hog work, some tree trimming, and blah 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 blah. So I don't really know all that they want, but it's skid steer type work. It is going to be a challenge for me to wrap this season on up. Next week's going to be, I'm going to be well, I'm going to be working kind of crazy because, well, most of the yards that Zach does still need to be done one more time. And then you throw Thanksgiving in the mix, and everybody wants to be before Thanksgiving. So next week it's going to be crazy. And what I do, since I know that I don't have the labor, what I'll do is I will not do some of the commercial stuff, right? And they're not pressing me to do them either. And well, Barry, you're gonna lose money like that. Yeah, but see, I've done more than make up for that with the machine. You know, when I say commercial, all the commercials, or 60 or 70% of the commercials I'm not going to do before Thanksgiving. Well, you're only talking about, a one trip thing. You're only talking about, $400 or $500, right? And I made double that yesterday solo. So the monetary part is not really what I'm concerned about right now. It's just maintaining and getting everybody squared away before Thanksgiving. So we're going to be, so I proposed to the HOA down here, the big one. We're going to be doing that one, and at the end of the day, we're only going to have to do it once a month. So for the next 3 months, it's once a month, right? And that's cool with me, because what I can do is I can do a piece of it, and then I can come back the next month to do the other piece, and then back and forth, right? So I don't have to do it all, but I'll do like a section of it, and then in 2 weeks I'll do another section, and then in 2 weeks I'll do another section. So instead of spending 3 or 4 hours over there, I'll spend an hour and a half or so over there. But there's going to be no weed eating or nothing. It's just really, it's more about picking up the trash on the side of the road and all that. But I got a picker thing on my, that I keep. I got a couple of them. So, but let me punch this address in so I can get on over here, because I don't want to be late. WAP. I said WAP. How about that? WAP. $2,000. So probably a day and a half or something like that. But I gotta have the brush cutter for it, so we're gonna have to get that brush cutter back. I need it bad. And I knew it was gonna be like that. And there's a lot of they said that they got a neighbor that might want me to do some work for them too. So, but yeah, man, so that's pretty good deal there. I love doing, y'all know I love doing brush cutting stuff, especially when I'm looking at the effect that it can have. And these are nice houses down through here. Well, in my area, they're pretty expensive. Probably $500,000 houses at least. And then there's one at the end that's probably a lot more. But those people are cool, man. A young couple, man. I'm stoked, man, because that's the kind of customers that you want. They're going to be doing a lot of work around the house. They want to do the brush cutting, and they're going to want to do it every year. So, I'm not saying that you can get bobcat skid steer work or Chucky work, as regular as lawn maintenance work. But if you get enough customers, it can be pretty regular. Not every 2 weeks, but it could be twice a year. And if you got enough customers, then, and you're making a lot more money then on the lawn care too. My biggest thing now is they're ready to do it right now. I mean, I could have said I'll be back tomorrow and they'd be ready, but I don't have the brush cutter. And I didn't want to tell them my brush cutter was in the shop. So yeah, here we are. I'm ready. I need to. So what do I need to do here? I need to figure out what I'm gonna do with the brush cutter. I don't even understand what the hell's going on with it. It's been 3 weeks today, and I never would have thought it'd take 3 weeks to fix that brush cutter. And it ain't fixed yet, you know? Oh, man. I love meeting new customers, man. Especially young customers that I know are going to be here for a while. It's all about, well, it's all about building relationships, y'all. I'm a relationship builder, man. I'm not, you know, that's what I keep telling everybody. I'm a little bit different than your average lawn maintenance guy. You know, principle's the same. We make money doing this kind of work, but I approach things a little bit different than your average landscape company or whatever. Because I'm a small outfit, I can be a lot more personable, you know. And a lot of people like that. So okay, y'all, so we're back over here at the bamboo site today. Y'all see that's the pile of debris that I brought from the other job, and there's another pile on the dump trailer. I don't know, this stuff over here is going to burn really good though, so it's going to get the fire good and hot, because there's a lot of what we call down here in the south a lighter knot. The bottom of those pine trees were just loaded with sap. So yeah, and then we're gonna, so I got a few things I need to do. I need to unhook from the truck, back up to the dump trailer, dump that here, and then go down to the pond area and continue cleaning off the bank. The grapple bucket, well, I think it got pinched. So yeah, first thing we're gonna do is what? We're gonna get the fire going, because the fire needs to be going the whole time we're here. And I gotta burn the stuff that I brought over here from another job, that's all. You know, I can't just leave that like that. So, but y'all see the pile there, the dump trailer's right there. I need to unhook from the truck, pull the truck down to the dump trailer, bring the dump trailer up here. But first thing I'm gonna do is we're gonna get this pile that I got right there and methodically put it on the burn pile. So, Bo, what's up, buddy? How you feeling this morning? Good. Really? Yeah. Feeling good, huh? All right. Okay, y'all, so this is what the hydraulic line that busted right here. Let me see it, Bo. This is the new one. And as I'm looking at everything, I'm hoping that this is the right one. Because when these things are together in this, it's hard to tell which one is which. So, yeah. I'm going to put y'all somewhere, though, where y'all can kind of see.
Can you step on this thing?
It ain't made for that. It's made to hold the hydraulic line. Stuff like this is things that you're going to face if you do what I do out here. Not that what I do is right or wrong, but it's just, you know. So first thing we got to do here is we got to feed it through here, through the sleeve here. So like this. And you can tell this one right here, it looks like it's fixing to, it's going to be next. I wouldn't even be surprised if that's the one. It looks like it's been pinched too. Watch that be the hole right there, dude. I'll be damn. Anyway, yeah. And it's really pretty easy from this point. You just, common sense, man. Yeah. Screw that on there. Get it started real good. And give yourself some slack. Biggest thing is don't cross thread. Now this ain't the ideal wrench to have, but it will work. It's a little bit too big for this kind of thing. And that's it, y'all. That's how that go. Grapple bucket's back up and running, I hope.
It's a lot for, you know what I mean? Like, I did it to myself. I pinched my skin, man. I quit doing it. Hair on it. I need to replace it after this stuff. Yeah, I hope it don't, man. You work. Your business.
Ain't no leak in it. All right. Seems to be working okay. But I need some of these right here. I want to get some of these so I can route all my stuff better. Y'all see the way that thing is right now, it's going to get pinched again. And I don't like those valves, that end coming straight up 90. That's terrible because shit gets hung on it. All right, y'all.
It's on me. There it is. Good job. I thought it was light enough to pull out, but it's connected down in the water. I bet there's folks zooming in right at me. Ooh.